Hey folks, High Lord Tamberlane bringing you once again another Obscurity in miniature. Today we're going to be looking at a Wrath of Kings character box for the Shael Han faction. This is Ren and Za'Ken. I don't know who's who, but we'll find that out soon enough. So one caveat that I must always comment on every time I open a Wrath of Kings box is the absolute ridiculous amount of space that these boxes take up for two tiny figures. Well, maybe our tiger friend isn't so tiny, but you can see them there. Still not sure who's who. I do love the fact that our humanoid archered friend there has got his cool little monocle sniper setup thing going on there. I don't like the fact that our big tiger friend is missing his pants, but that's a mute point because I guess he's a giant tiger dude, so who cares, right? All right, I'll stop rambling. Let's open this up and see just what's in this giant absolute waste of space of a box. So yeah, we have this giant plastic tub, and inside that giant plastic tub is a bag, and inside that bag are other bags, and inside those bags are other bags with parts. Well, hey, what do you know? For once, I don't have a million tiny pieces, but I gotta say, most Wrath of Kings figures are not a huge issue about putting together. It's just making sure that they actually have all the stuff that they need in there. So I can see he's got his bow, and that looks to be about the only piece that actually attaches. One thing I also wanted to mention about these Wave 2 Wrath of Kings releases that we're going to have to free from these plastic cages in a moment is they don't have any little nubs sticking out of the bottom of their feet. For whatever reason, all the original figures in the Wrath of Kings line from the first wave in the original Kickstarter had little pegs sticking out of the bottom of their feet, which was really dumb because there was nowhere to attach it to either on the base or on the base toppers that Cool Mini put out. I guess you were supposed to just fill in the base with green stuff and plug them in that way, but it never really seemed to work out. Our tiger friend here seems to have a few more parts, but that's okay. We'll pop those open and put them together and let us put to rest who is who. General Ren the Fear Unseen. You are Ren. So then the other guy must be Za'Ken. In case you've never played it, I do gotta say, Wrath of Kings is pretty cool for the sheer fact that it uses a D10 system to help determine what actually happens when you try to attack your opponent. Not a whole lot of games use a D10. That's what the Kingdom Death that I can think of. There's probably a couple. Oh, well, duh. What's Exodus, which I'm always rambling on about, but we never get to play that, so hopefully we can change that next year. Anyway, let's take a look at the actual pieces rather than the play stuff, because that's what those Let's Play dudes do. Not me. Hold on. Alright, so here we have Ren and Za'Ken, and I actually haven't even glued these guys together. Again, I've said it before, some of the Wave 2 figures from Wrath of Kings have been super, super nice and easy to push fit. I haven't even put any glue on. He literally is just the actual archer dude, Ren, and his bow itself. And they slotted in really nicely. He's got a nice, cool, bit more unique looking outfit than the typical Shael Han, who look like they're wearing bathrobes. Actually, I like all the Shael Han character models. It's their troops that I just was not very fond of, which is why I don't have any painted ones. I've got plenty of painted heroes and characters, but they're all tucked away somewhere upstairs. Obviously, that eyepiece is going to need to get some clean. You can see the flash on that. But for the most part, he's very cleanly cast. He's not going to be a problem. I know some people have experienced some horrible issues with their Wave 2 figures. I know the Kraken was one that just was a horrible mess. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even know if I have it. I might have thrown it out in disgust. That's how bad I was with it. But anyway, base 30mm. And again, he's got that deep dish that I absolutely loathe. I'm going to fill it in with something. I don't know what. But let's look at our general friend. Again, I haven't even painted. Of course I haven't painted. I haven't even glued him together. He came in 4 pieces. We had the main body, the head, the sword arm, and then this, what is that? His left leg and parts of the torso armor there. So he's supposed to sit on a 40mm base. Does he fit? Yes. Is he going to stand up? Probably not. Let's see if I have a die handy. These aren't actual dice. These are my son's magic spin down life counters that... Oh, crap. Now he's just going to fall apart on me. Alright, he can lay down and we'll just deal with him later. He's not that large. I was kind of disappointed. was hoping to be a bit bigger. I mean, he's obviously larger than human size, and Wrath of Kings figures tend to be pretty big to begin with, but I just like having larger-than-life animal people. And I'm not like into the furries or anything, but for whatever reason, Shael Han certainly has a lot of animal folks. Let's see if I have my token GW Witch Hunter handy, just to give you guys a sense of scale. So yeah, I mean, they're not too badly scaled. Again, he's actually sinking into his deep dish base there, so that's going to be kind of an issue. Once he is built up on top of that, he will have a few millimeters height difference than the Witch Hunter here. Curious how a Marine stacks up. Not too much of a difference there. Some of the Shael Han stuff, like the children, which are their big ogre dudes, I think they make some pretty cool Chaos Beastmen if you're into that kind of stuff. If you're into proxying or just want some interesting, funky, steampunk ogres with bionic limbs, they're pretty cool. But then again, so are their animal folks, if you just want something totally different. So, yeah, despite his lack of a head, you can see that our general friend here, similar in size, but definitely larger in stature. So, he's going to be a fun one to paint. Hey, you stand up. Wow. I have a troll handy. Let me see how he compares. And a Stormcast. Why is there a Storm... Oh, you got intimidated by the Stormcast. I'm sorry, Mr. General. You should be put off by them. Let's decide on a hand that actually isn't going to get stuck in the way there. So, yeah. You can see despite his head, he is not as big or imposing as the Stormcast or my troll friend there. But he does take up a good amount of real estate on his base, and I do like the fact that I was afraid his cloak or whatever this is was all going to be like really flattened against his body, but it does have a bit of volume to it, which is always appreciated. I don't like flat figures. If I wanted flat figures, I'd go collect dime store flats like my dad does, but we don't do that here. So, enough rambling, because this is getting long in the tooth. This is, again, General Ren laying down on the job there. Sorry, General. And his friend Ren, Za'Ken, also laying down on the job. Two interesting figures that are going to get more and more difficult to track down because these were later releases from Wrath of Kings, and for whatever reason, Cool Mini just doesn't seem to want to push this line for as interesting of models as they are. Quite unique looking. I mean, the aesthetics going on here, I can't think of too many models outside of these guys that really look like this. Yeah. Anyway, that is General Ren and Za'Ken, both laying on the job. And I'm High Lord Tamberlane, wasting your time, saying goodbye.